So this is the GameDeus Atlas M1 PC build that I did. It's got 2 intakes on the bottom, 2 intakes on the side, 3 top exhausts through the radiator, 1 rear exhaust. The CPU is the Ryzen 8500G. Motherboard is Gigabyte Eagle B650, 32 gigabytes Kingston Fury RAM, PNY 4060 Ti, 8 gigabyte version. It's got 1 terabyte Clevcrass SSD on the inside, and then down here it has a 80 plus gold Segotep 650 watt power supply. The password is 0000, and once you go in there, these are the pre-installed software. So you have Microsoft Edge, which is standard. You have, there we go, I'll explain that one in a second. You have Gigabyte Control Center. This allows you to control your RGB, your fan curves. You can go in there. This is the CPU pump fan. RGB is controlled with this. You can also overclock if you'd like to. Whoa. From there, Zeuscast is the GameDeus software. So you go down to Atlas Digital Properties, and this is where you control that screen from. So you can change it to GPU temperature, you can change it right there, you can change it to the ambient temperature of the case itself. You can put a temperature alarm on there. I just have been leaving it at CPU, which is the standard, but it'll change real time as you set it to different things. This is the Thermalright software. Every time you start the computer, it'll start as a Thermalright logo, and then it'll request permissions. So you can have it set to one of these default ones, and it'll just go through as you click them. But if you'd like to set your own, this slider is where you go, and you basically have, you can turn system info on, you can turn custom text on, you can put your date and time up there, you can change the colors in here, and you can load up new videos in there, and it'll all adjust real time in this LCD screen. Your NVIDIA software, these are your drivers. You can see current updated driver is February 13th, 2025. You have your graphics settings, system monitors, check all that out. And then Revo Uninstaller. This is the software that I recommend for uninstalling things, and I leave it on just in case, because you do not need your, you want AMD chipset software, AMD software, Gigabyte. You want hardware info, you do not need, and I'll show you that in a second. And then if you don't want either of those, you can take those out. And if you need to or want to reinstall NVIDIA, or you change out the graphics card and you want to do a fresh reboot, Microsoft Edge you can uninstall, stuff like that. So when you want to uninstall something, you just go up there, uninstall. You can make a system restore point or not. Uninstall, you can scan, and this will automatically pull up the system's inbuilt, or the software's inbuilt uninstaller. But we don't actually want to uninstall that, so there we go. And then the final piece of software is Hardware Info 64. So this is what I use to check everything over, check all the temps. And you can see it's got a full layout of the system itself. And then you can see all of this. What I usually use it for is over here, the sensor status. So it'll show you what clocks everything's running at, the temperatures and everything that it's running at, its maximum recent temperature, motherboard, the RAM, the GPU temperature, GPU hotspot, etc. So that software, I recommend it, but it's not necessary, and you can remove it with Revo. All right, so finally setting up your actual PC. So this has a local account that I named GoatGang. So all you have to do is you go to your settings down here, and then you'll just sign into your Microsoft account, and that'll take over this administrator permission account. So yeah, you just sign in, you can rename yourself, you can change the password from here and everything.